Hi, and welcome back to another car conversation on this beautiful winning Wednesday. And happy pre-Thanksgiving to each and every one of you. Just in case I don't do a video tomorrow, I don't think I am, but in case I don't, happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you. Now, let's jump into this video because I have some errands I need to run. But before I do that, I want to say, I don't know where you live, but here in the DMV, it is 62 degrees. It's a little on the warm side. So if I look like my skin is glowing, I did put powder on before I left the house on my face. And it's a little, it's making me a little moist because it's, like I said, 62 degrees. It's a slight breeze blowing, but it's a beautiful day, so I will take it. And no, I'm not going to burn my AC sitting here doing this video. So if you see the glistening, that's where it's coming from. Now, before I jump into today's topic, I want to say welcome. If this is your first time visiting me, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to tap the bell and always share the videos that I share with you all, because you never know who can use whatever it is that I'm talking about. If this isn't your first rodeo, welcome back. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Now, today's topic is finding your voice. Your voice isn't something that you discover once. It's something you grow into. Your voice isn't lost. It's under layers. What kind of layers, Michelle? Well, I'm glad you asked. Layers of expectations, doubt, disappointment, and fear of judgment. Every season of your life strengthens a new part of your voice. Let me say that again. Every season of your life strengthens a new part of your voice that you didn't know you had. You don't find your voice by waiting. You find it by speaking. And we're going to unpack that as we go along. Number 2, silence can be a sign of suppression, not peace. See, everybody thinks that just because you're being silent, it's because your peace is not allowing you to be bothered by what people are saying. And that's not true always. A lot of times we're silent because we are suppressing what we really feel and what we really want to say. Now, we're going to repent because God knows what you're thinking, but you're trying to keep it in. And so some of us weren't quiet because we didn't have anything to say. We were quiet because we didn't feel safe. If you don't feel safe, a lot of times you're not going to say the things that you really want to say. We didn't feel qualified. Sometimes people will sit and they have an opinion about whatever's being discussed, but they don't feel qualified. Their mind says, well, who am I to disagree with that person? They have a doctorate degree, or they have a bachelor's or a master's degree, or a degree in theology, or whatever that degree may be. And you think, well, maybe I just won't say anything because I'm not qualified. Well, if you have an opinion, sweetie, you're qualified. And we don't feel heard. When you don't feel like you're being heard, chances are you're not going to say anything because your mind says, well, why should I say anything? They don't hear me anyway. So your silence might be protecting others, but it may be suffocating you. I think I'm going to say that one more time. Your silence may be protecting others, but it's suffocating you. So when somebody has gotten on your last good, saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost nerve that you have, you're being silent because you don't want to be the aggressive one. You don't want people to say, see, there she go, always got something to say, always want to be argumentative, and you don't say anything. And you you don't say anything because you know that once you get on the roll, honey, you're going to be on a roll and you may not be able to stop. And so you say, well, I'm going to protect that person by keeping my opinions to myself. Well, you're protecting them, but you're suffocating yourself. You are suffocating with all that stuff rolling around in your head that you want to say, but you don't say because you're trying to protect that individual. Sweetie, you better say what you have to say. And then you can repent and ask God to forgive you because guess what? He already knows what's on your mind anyway. Number 3, there is power in saying what you really mean. So not watered down. And now, here's what I'm saying. I'm going to say it again. There's power in saying what you really mean. And that means not watering things down. If I don't like something that you are saying or doing, then I need to be honest and tell you that. I don't need to try to skirt around the issue. No, because in that particular moment, your feelings don't matter to me. Why? Because my feelings didn't matter to you, which is why you're treating me the way you are. So I can't water it down. I have to be real. Not the nice version. See, this right here, this is the nice version of Michelle that you get to see. Very few people get to see that other side of Michelle, the not so nice version of me. You have to really, really poke me. You know, like that old saying, poking the bear. You have to really poke me to bring that side of me out. But again, There's power in saying what you really mean. And sometimes you can't give people the nice version of you because they're not going to fully understand what you mean. And then there's the full truth. When you have to say things to people, you need to give them the full truth. Listen, this right here is not working out because you're doing this or you're saying that. And it makes me feel a certain kind of way. You've got to be honest and real with people. And then full clarity. Again, full clarity means saying exactly what that person is doing or saying that's bothering you or making you feel a certain kind of way. You cannot sugarcoat it. Let me be crystal clear when I say that I don't like the way you talk to me, and give examples or provide receipts, as the young folks say. And then there's full conviction. And so the moment your words match your truth, you unlock confidence that you didn't even know you had. Can I say that again? The moment your words match the moment your words match your truth, you unlock confidence that you didn't know you had. I had a coworker one time who allowed people to just talk to her any kind of way. And we had a conversation. I said, now look at here. I know you're a nice person, but you better stop letting people walk all over top of you. When people talk to you the way that they do, if you don't like it, you need to open your mouth and let them know, I don't like the way you're talking to me. It's okay. It's absolutely fine to do that. And if people get upset about it, that's on them. That's none of your business. It's none of your concern. But you need to speak your truth so that people will understand that you're setting boundaries. And this is that line that you don't cross with me because I'm not the one or the two. All right. And it's okay to do that. But as soon as her words matched her truth, she unlocked confidence that she didn't even know she had. And to this day, if you cross her the wrong way, she'll speak up for herself because at one point she just did not. Number 4, your voice is a tool for your purpose. So you are not here to fit in. Let me say that again. Your voice is a tool for your purpose. Your purpose, my purpose, our purpose. So we're not here to fit in. I don't go anywhere where I want to just fit in. I don't mind being on the outside of the group because I believe in speaking my truth. I believe in telling you when you're getting on my nerves or when you said something that's offensive to me. I don't need to fit in. I don't want to fit in. You're not here to agree. I don't have to agree with everything you say. I may not like it, but I'm not going to agree with it. You ever meet these, I call them yes people. They just agree with everything that people say, and then they'll get behind that person's back and talk about them like a dog. You know, I can't stand that person. They're just as ignorant as they can be. But you're sitting here agreeing with them. Why? Because you're trying to fit in. I don't need to fit in. I don't need to be a part of the in crowd. I'm good with just me. As long as I got Jesus on my side, sweetie, I'm all right. You are not here to shrink. Don't ever feel like you need to shrink in order to make other people happy. If you're new to my channel, you don't know this, but I've shared before how there was a time that my coach and my teammates and I, we were working out because we were training for a powerlifting competition. And so there were some guys on the leg press. They were just kind of lingering. So my coach went over. He was like, who's last? And the guy raised his hand. He said, me. He said, all right, E. He always calls me E. He said, E, you after him. And they just kind of looking like, huh? But, you know, it is what it is. They could have said, nah, we almost finished. Then you can get in. But they didn't. So that's that. But when the last young man finished his set, he said, how many plates do you want me to take off? And I said, none, leave those. Now, mind you, it was 500 pounds on the leg press. That's my starting weight. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. And so I sat down, pushed out my 10 reps, got up, and his friends, they were clowning him. And he was like, oh man, whatever. And so the next time everybody did their set, and it came back around to me again. And so my coach said, add another plate on. And again, his friends clowned him. And so I said, you know what? That's okay. I'm going to leave it right here at this. And my coach said, no, you're not. Put another plate on. And I said, Mike, I said, they're clowning him. And I don't like that. He said, E, let me tell you something. He's got to stand up for himself. That's not your problem and shouldn't be your concern. He's got to stand up for himself. Don't you ever, this is what he told me, he said, don't you ever shrink to accommodate somebody else. You're stronger than what you're trying to put on because you don't want to hurt his feelings. Well, his feelings should not be your concern. He needs to tell his friends, y'all, look, cut it out. Well, the guy ended up just walking off. I don't know if he left the gym or not, but he ended up walking off. But I shared that story to say that you are not here to shrink. If you know that you have strength in an area, don't you shrink to make somebody else feel okay because maybe they don't know what you know. It's all right. I'm gonna tell you something. I love being around people that know more than I do. I don't want to be around people that know only what I know or less. Not that I don't want to be around them because I feel like I'm better than them. No. I want to be around people that know more than I do because that's how you learn, being around people that know more than you do. And so God gave you a voice for impact, for influence, for healing, and for leadership. Impact. But think of Joy Reid and Roland Martin and Reverend Al Sharpton, and the list can go on and on and on. Though God gave those people a voice to make an impact in the communities in which they live, as well as for the world as a whole. And this is why they use their gifts and their talents to speak out on things that need to be spoken about, because too many people bury their voice because they don't want to be seen as a troublemaker. Well, they don't mind causing trouble because they're speaking up for all of us. And then there's influence. When you go on to any social media platform, anybody that you follow, if you're watching my videos, then I serve as an influence to you. Why? Because when I use my platforms, it's always for good. You will never, ever, ever, never find me doing videos where I'm bad mouthing anybody, where I'm doing mukbangs, and I've had people ask me to do that, but I'm just not. And I don't knock those people. They do what they do. But your videos, your presence, you are influencing people, be it good, bad, or indifferent. So we always have to make sure when we show up, we're going to show up in a way that's going to better people and not tear them down or have them acting like they have no sense. And then God gave you a voice for healing. I believe that God gave me a voice for healing. And this is why when I see broken people, I can embrace them. I can pray for them. I can pray over them, with them, for them, all of that good stuff to provide healing. And also leadership. I've served in leadership roles, many leadership roles in my life. Currently, I serve in leadership in my church. I'm an ordained deacon. I did not say deaconess. One time I said that in a video and somebody commented and said, oh, you mean deaconess? No, I'm an ordained deacon in my church. We have male and female deacons in my church. And I was ordained in 2008, but that is a leadership position. And so when I come to church, as well as on my platforms or out in public, I carry myself a certain way. Why? Because I serve in a leadership role. I've served in leadership roles on the job, being a team lead. And so God gives us all a voice, but you've got to find your voice. And here's the thing. How can you lead others? I wasn't going to go there, but how can you lead others when you got to get your life together? How can you lead others when you don't know how to speak up for yourself, or you won't speak up for yourself because you weren't about hurting somebody's feelings? See, there's a way in which to say things where you don't have to come off being rude and nasty, but you still get your point across. So your voice is connected to someone else's breakthrough. I'm going to say that again. Your voice, my voice, our voices are connected to somebody's breakthrough. Again, if you're new, I had a situation a few years ago where a woman emailed me. She said she had been contemplating suicide. Life had just gotten heavy for her. And she went on to YouTube. I don't know what she was looking for, but a video that I had done 5 years earlier popped up as a recommended video for her. And she said, I watched your video. And then she binge watched other videos of mine after she watched the video that she looked at. And when she told me the name of the video, I forgot I even did that video because I have so many. But the point I'm making is that my voice was connected to her breakthrough, because the video that was recommended to her was exactly what she needed as she was contemplating taking her own life. So we have to be careful how we use our voices, because we can lift people up or we can tear people down if we're not careful. Okay. So moving on. Number 5, your voice will always offend someone. Speak anyway. speak anyway. Your voice is always going to offend someone, so I want you to speak anyway. People will misunderstand you. See, people get offended when they don't quite understand where you're coming from. Someone will be uncomfortable. There are going to be people that get uncomfortable when you speak the truth. Why? Because the truth makes them kind of squirm in their seat like, oh Lord, she must be talking about me. Yeah, I am. I am. And someone won't get it, but their reaction is not your responsibility. Did I not say that before? Somebody somewhere is not going to get what you're talking about, but their reaction is not your business. It's not your concern. You've got to be true to yourself and speak the truth that's in your heart. Your silence serves your fear. Can I say it again? Your silence serves your fear. Your voice serves your purpose. I think I'm gonna say that one more time. I've been waiting to get here throughout this video. Your silence serves your fear. Your voice serves your purpose. Number 6, when you speak from your wounds, others hear your vision. Your story is not messy, it's a message. Ooh, come on, somebody. Your story is not messy, it's a message. It's just like a testimony. When people give their testimony of how God delivered them from something, or how God healed them from something, or how he provided something that they needed, you cannot give a testimony if you have not been tested. You just can't. Just like your story, it's not messy, it's a message. So whatever that story may be, it may be uncomfortable for some people to hear it, but that's a message that somebody needs to hear. So when you see people telling their story about how they were in a relationship and they had a spouse that cheated, and how they kept taking them back, and the person kept doing it over and over again, and finally they said, look, enough is enough. Some people would sit and say, man, she's stupid because I wouldn't have taken him back. Well, no, she's not stupid. She did what God called her to do. And she trusted that man, and she gave him another chance, just like God. God gives us another chance, right? Some of y'all, he's given you many chances for the same thing that you continue to do now. He's delivered you from it several times already, and he keeps giving you another chance. But I digress. Let me get back to my notes. But that story that she told or he told, that's not being messy. That's a message. The message is stop trusting people once they show you who they are. And whatever that story is that they're telling, it's not being messy. They're giving you a message. And your pain is not random. It's training. Somebody somewhere under the sound of my voice right now, you're dealing with some pain in some area of your life. But guess what? It's training. It's not meant to break you. It's not meant to tear you down. It is training. Always remember that. God does nothing where he is trying to hurt us and trying to break us down. Well, let me not say that, because sometimes God's got to break some folks in order to get their attention, because they think that they've arrived and they don't need God. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. Your journey prepared your voice. Your journey has prepared your voice. And number 7, the more confident you become in who you are, the louder your voice becomes without raising your volume. Have you ever noticed people, excuse me, I'm sliding down my seat. Have you ever noticed people that speak loud, but their volume doesn't go up? That's what I'm talking about. So finding your voice is really about 3 things: knowing who you are, knowing what you believe, and refusing to apologize for it. Can I say that again? Finding your voice is really about knowing who you are, knowing what you believe, and refusing to apologize for it. Let me tell you something. I have apologized many times over in my lifetime about things, but I will never apologize for knowing who I am, for knowing what I believe in, and for knowing what I like and don't like. I'm just not doing that. I will never apologize if what I said offended you because I told you the truth. See, people like to play the victim and, oh, you hurt my feelings. Well, you know what? Forget your feelings. You didn't skip over what I was telling you that you're doing that's not sitting well with me. I will not apologize for that. Now, if I offended you and I didn't realize it, because maybe you misunderstood what I said, which is why sometimes texting and email is not good, because you can't hear the tone in the person's voice, then yes, I will apologize. But if I'm telling you that something you're doing is not sitting well with me, you can say, well, that hurt my feelings. Okay, well, that's you and your feelings. So here's your assignment. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for permission to speak. God already gave you the assignment. Y'all, come on. Stop waiting for permission to speak because God already gave you the assignment. You don't need anybody's permission to speak. Speak your truth. Let people know when they cross boundaries. Let them know when they have offended you. And we have to stop. We have to stop allowing people to offend us and then not want to say anything about it because we don't want to hurt their feelings. It's all right. They'll get over it. I promise you they will get over it. But you've got to speak your truth. You've got to know who you are, whose you are, and you've got to let people know that you will not tolerate being disrespected. You shouldn't have to. Y'all, that's it. That's all I have. Go out there, enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. It is my hope and prayer that wherever you go, whatever you do, you have fun, you're safe. If you're traveling, please be safe. Get some rest. If you're traveling later on this evening or first thing in the morning, please get some rest. If you're drinking alcohol, I don't judge. I just listen. Drink responsibly, okay? And definitely, if you're going someplace, you're going to be having a couple of drinks, do not drive. Have a designated driver, call an Uber, a Lyft, a cab, or whatever. Thumb it if you need to, but do not get behind that wheel if you've been drinking, because I want you all to stay safe. I truly do. And I don't want to have to turn on the news and hear that somebody had an accident and was killed or killed somebody else, all because they were drinking and driving. It's preventable. Okay, it is preventable. But other than that, y'all, enjoy your Thanksgiving wherever you're going to go. I'm going to be with my immediate family, and then Sister Girl's got to get on her business because I don't get a day off from that. And so, yeah, just enjoy your day, y'all. I love you. And don't forget, make sure tonight before you go to bed, and it's my hope and prayer that you do have prayer time before you go to bed, but I want you to thank God for as many things that you can think about. And tomorrow morning before you, I'm sorry, not tomorrow morning, but tomorrow before you sit down and eat that turkey dinner, I want you to thank God again. Because God has been so good to us. There's been so much that's gone on this year. And guess what? We're still here. So God has been covering us. He's been keeping us. If you say, some people say, well, Michelle, what am I thanking God for? I have a job that I don't like. I'm not making that much money. And the list goes on. And I let them vent. And then I look at them and I say, you're still here though, right? Well, yeah, but no. It's just yes. Yes, period. You're still here. So that's reason to thank God. Because somebody somewhere went to bed last night and they're not here, but you and I are. So you got to remind people sometimes. There's always something to be thankful for. All right, y'all, that's it. Oh, and I'm going to show you this real quick. I'm going to let you be because I'm getting ready to do another video as soon as I get done with this. The holidays are here, you guys. And I finally have my holiday in a jar. And this is what it looked like. Y'all, look at this. I love these little charms. I had a hard time getting them in there, but I did. So you get a bar of soap. This is not the bag that the soap will be put in. I've ordered those. So you get a bar of peppermint soap. You get a face towel. I just threw in this candy cane. I don't know if I'm going to actually give y'all one or not. And here you have a body scrub, a lip scrub. And right here you have 2 spatulas to get those out with. And so you get in the jar. So you get all of this. And you get these 2 of my holiday journals. This one says The Gift of Jesus, December Daily Devotional. This is Candy Cane Holiday Memory Journal, Capture Sweet Holiday Moments and Memories. So you get these 2 journals, everything in this jar, as well as a 1-hour free coaching session with me. Now you're wondering, well, how much is this going to cost us? This whole set, like I said, let me show you again. You get everything in this jar, these 2 journals, and a 1-hour free coaching session with me, all for $29.99. I'm in the process of getting my Etsy shop set up. But if you want to purchase one, reach out to me and we'll work out the details and I'll get it out to you ASAP. But you all, this is a great gift to someone that you know that loves journals. And y'all, look at this on the back. Look at my cute little smiling face. Look at that. Look at that. So yeah, $29.99 will get you this whole jar, these 2 journals, and you get a free 1-hour coaching session with me. All right, y'all, that's it because I got to get up out of here. Love you all to the moon and back. Don't you ever forget it because nothing you can do can change that. I just love you too much to let you stay the way you are, which is why I pour into you the way that I do. Always, always, always pray for me because I'm praying for you and watch God change things. Love you much. We'll talk again on Friday.